that them coming back up out of them chains being taken up off the beast and them ascending out of the bottomless pit. And then where did America come from? The so-called founding forefathers came from where? From Europe. The bottomless pit is in Europe. So it said that when this country was set up, the scripture said when this country was set up, that was risen up from the bottomless pit, the reason why it was set up was to be destroyed, going to perdition.
That's right. All right, go ahead.
All right, and it says, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth, and there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come.
Right, 5 are fallen is talking about the Greeks, Germania Major, Germania Minor. That's 3. The Gauls, which are the French. All right, and there was one more. Española. All right, or Spain, so you can understand. So 5 have fallen, and 1 is. The 1 is talking about the Roman Empire itself, because when John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos was scribing this, it was during the stronghold of the Roman Empire. This is when the Roman Empire was still in their power. Go ahead.
It says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he comes,
and the other is not yet come, is talking about England, and then from England, America came out of England, or so-called Great Britain. Go ahead.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th.
That's America. Go ahead.
And is of the 7.
Which came out of, America came out of Europe, because you had the so-called Puritans and so-called Puritans, Pilgrims and so forth come to the New World. So they were a bunch of Europeans. And when they, during the time of the turn of the century, when they allowed these so-called immigrants to come in, basically it was the so-called Jew, the Irish, the Italian, and other Edomite nations. Primarily those were the ones that came in first. All right, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 11. Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Read that again.
It says, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Your mother is talking about England, because America came out of England, which is a colony of England or Great Britain. Go ahead.
She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold.
Yeah, but she that bare you shall be ashamed. So if she's going to be ashamed, that means she's going to attack you. She's going to be one of the horns that's going to attack you. Matter of fact, it's in the same chapter. Matter of fact, let's go right to it and read it.
This is verse 18. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate.
Great Britain or England is one of those horns. So all these European allies, whether it be NATO or the EU, they're going to all turn against you. You're going to do something. You're going to do something stupid, and it's going to cause all those European nations, your so-called allies, they're going to turn against you, and they're going to shoot fire. Because we keep saying the Russians is going to destroy you. It's not just the Russian. It's your allies that's going to destroy you as well. So the Lord, when the Lord comes back with the angels, they're going to be destroying you with those lasers from those ships. And Russia's going to be shooting missiles on you. Most likely China is going to be shooting missiles on you. And certain other dark nations are going to be shooting missiles on you. And the NATO nations, they're going to be shooting missiles on you. And England or Great Britain, that's going to be one nation that's going to be shooting missiles on you. And it's going to have something to do with America and Israel. Go ahead.
It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
And that fire is those ICBM missiles, the missiles that they possess. So that's how you're going to, we keep pushing that Russia's going to do it. It's not just Russia. There's going to be a assembly of nations. The assembly of nations is not just a former Russian republics coming back together. It's talking about England or Great Britain, Germany, France, Greece. Go ahead.
Back in Jeremiah 50:12, it says, "She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a..."
The hindermost of the nations is America. There's going to be a wilderness, a dry land, a desert. Go ahead.
Back in Revelation 17:9, and here, and 10, 11. "And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition."
Yeah, now look up the word perdition. That's Revelation 17:11. It said he is the eighth, which is America, which is that whore, and is of the seven, which is the original beast, those groups of European nations, and shall go into perdition. Let's look it up.
Yeah, the Greek word for perdition.
Strong's G 684. Apoleia. Apoleia.
Which means destroying, utter destruction of vessels, perishing, ruin, destruction of money, the destruction which consists of eternal misery in hell. Yeah, which they went off. Perdition, destruction. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because the place that's going to be totally destroyed is America. All right, go ahead.
All right, that says back in Revelation chapter 13, verse 11, "And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast."
That represents the EU, which now is was it 27 nations. Now, when you check these nations and you go back to their origins, a lot of them link up to one of the 10, the originals, because you have republics that break up into other republics. So you have to go back to the origins of that nation or that republic or that system, because there's really only 10 of them. All right, go ahead.
"These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth."
That woman is, like I said, America. Now we're going to 18, right? Go ahead.
Revelation 18:1. "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having power, and the earth was lightened with his glory."
So now, so you can understand, this is John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos, the island of Patmos, seeing these visions and writing them down. So he saw how the United States was destroyed, or America was destroyed, all right, by these other horns, the 10 horns and so forth, which is, like I said, NATO and the EU. So now the movie continues. So America's already destroyed, so he's writing down the after effect of America being destroyed, of Babylon being destroyed. Go ahead.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
Because it finally fell. Because it said it was going to go into perdition, right? So it finally fell. So an angel proclaimed that Babylon is destroyed. All right, go ahead.
Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit.
And these devils are not talking about Edomites. Because America was already destroyed. Babylon was already destroyed. So the devils are talking about spirits. You're going to have spirits, because you have spirits everywhere. You're going to have spirits.